Hello everyone and welcome back to Dual Universe. Just a quick video on the RDMS rights. I'm not even sure what it stands for, but I do know it was used in some Windows, I believe, in very early Windows something. I do remember it, but anyway. I'm gonna explain how to set up the rights because a lot of people are having issues and they don't seem to get them working. So three of the most known things or most popular things that people are having problem with is the dispensers, then the surrogate pods, the pod station where you can spawn, and then the container access and all that. So I'm gonna do all three of those. So to start off, let's do the dispenser. You're gonna go in here, RDMS or F7 if you haven't changed it. Then you're gonna click on U if you're not in any of the organizations. You're gonna click on U and then you're going to set up the tags. First you're gonna do the tag. Right, so we're gonna do for the dispenser, but I already have the tag in here, dispenser. But otherwise you click on create tag, you enter the tag name, which in my case would be dispenser, like so. My tag is dispenser. I'm not gonna remake it because I already have it, right? Then we are going into the policies, and dispenser should be public, but if you don't want it public, then you can put anything you want. So first we are going to start from here and select the player we want. So in my case I will put my name. I'll just show it my name, right? And rights would be use element. That's what we want. And then we are going to choose the tag you just made, which in my case is dispenser. I'm not going to save this because I already have this, but this is how it would look like if you want me to be able to use the dispenser. However, dispenser should be public, so instead we are going to do all. See, that's predefined actors all, which means it's all the players can use that, right? You just have to be careful what permissions you give it, but use element should be fine. So then you save the policy, and in my case it would be this one in here, dispenser usage. This is the policy name that I set. If you create the policy, you enter the policy name in here, and then you do what I showed you. And this is the one I already made. I can click on view, and that's how it looks like, see? All actors use element and tag is dispenser, what we just made. And that's the policy you make. Then you're done in here. Then you're going to your dispenser, right click on it. Make sure you go into advanced and not construct. Do not go into the construct, go into the advanced. You right click on the dispenser itself. And make sure you're not under an angle that you accidentally click on some corner of something else. Make sure you're completely clicking on the dispenser, and you can check that by clicking that help button and making sure that it shows dispenser. Just saying, because some people sometimes they have, like, let's say some transparent screen in front of the dispenser and they forget about it, and then they right click on that one and set the rights on the screen and not the dispenser. So then we click set element rights, and then you just choose the tag that you made, which in my case again is dispenser, which I already have. I can't reset another tag. And then you just click on save and close. That's it. And this is what you need for the dispenser. The actors all means everyone can use it, or if you want the specific players to use it, like some kind of a discount dispenser for your friends or organization members, then you just set their own names in there, and that's all. So that's how you do the dispenser. Now, however, the surrogate pod, it's a little bit more complicated, and that's why a lot of people are having issues with it. So let's check it out what this needs, right? So we go back into the tags area in here, and in my case I believe I have made where is my surrogate? There we go. That's my tag that I have made. So again, create tag. Make whatever you want. You can call it surrogate, pod station, surrogate, or blah blah, duckety duck, or whatever you want, right? In my case, that's the tag I made, surrogate. Then we are going back into the policies, and we're gonna create another new policy. If you want it public, the same thing. We put all actors if you want it public. Okay? And in here we put whatever, connect to surrogate path, for example. Whatever you want to put the policy name. And in here, this is the right we need. A lot of people think that you need use element, but that's not true. You need connect to surrogate path station. That's the right you need. And again, we're gonna choose the tag, which in my case is surrogate. And then you save the policy. I'm not going to do that because I already have the policy, but this is what you need to set up. So as you can see, this is the policy I have already made, surrogate path. And if we view that, this is exactly what I showed you, what the rights are. All actors connect to surrogate path station, surrogate, and that's all you need. And again, the actors, if you don't want it public, then choose the players you want to have access to give the access to. Then again, you're done in here. And with the surrogate, there is also something else you need to bear in mind. Once you place it down, first thing, set location name. This is my location name. Then next, you right click, go into the advanced, same thing, set element rights, and then you choose the tag that you made. That's all you need to do, right? And then you save and close, then you right click and then you activate. Mine is already activated, so I don't have activate, I have deactivate. But that's the last thing to do to activate. So first, set location name, set the rights, then activate, and then in couple of minutes it should show up publicly for everyone. And there is also another thing to note, which some players don't know, is that if we go into this one in here, and if we search for mine, then all of mine always show up for me. But if one of them, like the rights or something, is not correct, then it only shows for myself and nobody else. And a lot of players don't know that. They check in here and they think that if it shows up for them, then it means it shows up for everyone else, but that's not the case. And also make sure you don't mix the rights with your organization or anything. It must be your own rights. Alright, and finally we're gonna move on to the container then. Container has 3 different rights, which I'm gonna show you. Again, we're gonna first go into the tags. So in the tags area, this is a little bit more complex because the container you don't want to have public access. I mean, you don't want everyone to be able to take stuff from it, but okay. So anyway, you enter a player name, let's say test player. I'm gonna just do that, and I'm gonna actually create that tag. There we go. Then we're gonna go into the policies, create the policy, and let's say test player container access. And from here we're gonna choose again which players you want to give the access to. I'm gonna give access to myself right now, but obviously you choose whoever you want. And in here we search for container, and these are all 3 rights that you can have for the container. So these are the ones you choose yourself, what you want the other player to do. You can just put that view container contents, which means that you can click on the container and open it. But obviously you can't put nor retrieve the items. So in order to give those rights, you have to choose these as well. Put items and also retrieve items. Or for example, my donation container, it only has these 2 rights and not the retrieve. Which means people can donate stuff, they can drop stuff in there, but others can't steal that stuff, you know, out of it, so. And again, we're gonna choose the one that I did. It was a test player. We're gonna put this tag and save the policy. And then we are out of here, right click the container, same thing again, and we're gonna choose the test player, save and close, and that's it. Then it means whichever players you chose, they have access to the container. They can open it and they can put and retrieve items. So for example, this here is my donations container, and if we check this one, it has a donation container, and if we check the policy for that one, it's this one in here, I believe. If we check this one, put items in container. Oh yes, I believe I forgot something. See, I already forgot something. It also needs view container contents. That's what we need. So we're gonna save the policy, and that's it. See, I already made a mistake with my donation box in there, but I believe if you don't put the container view container content, then the crosshair will go red and you can't even open the container. So setting the rights for anything else, I'm gonna just delete this one. The process is always the same. You first create the tag, whatever tag you want, and then you make a policy. You choose whichever players you want or all, and then from here you choose whichever action what you want them to be able to do. For example, as you can see, there are a lot more rights, like harvest on the territory, edit the schematic bank. It's very, specific things. This is like very useful if you just want your friends to be able to like drop the schematics in there. Edit from wallet, I'm not even sure what that means. Dock construct, take territory. Well, whatever you want the player to be able to do, you find that action from here. Use element is like the most generic thing, and I believe this also goes if you want to be able to give the piloting access to anyone, because there is no actual piloting, right. So I might as well cover that. It's very easy to do, but it's the same thing. You set the tag and then you right click on the seat, edit element rights, and then you just do the element use. In my case I have public element use, but obviously I don't want everyone to be able to enter the seat, but the use element is this one, what you do with that, the action button. Like if you go and look on anything and then you press the action button, which is F by default, that is use element. So this is what you set on the light switches, on like doors and stuff like that. I always have public element. For example, my hangar lights in here, if we check this button in here, as you can see, public element use. And again, just in case, I will show you what this means. So I have a tag, public element use, and then the policy in here is also public element use, and if we check that one, it uses the same tag, use element, and all. So every element that I tag with that will be able to be used by everyone in the game. And I always do this for like buttons and stuff. It's so easy. If you place the button, you right click, set element rights, choose the tag, and done. For example, all the doors on my ships and stuff like this, they're always public because, why not, Let me check this one real quick before I end this video. I do have a button here. See, that's this one. That opens and closes. And if you check the rights, public element use. So I always do that, and I recommend you should always do that too, because that's kinda makes it interesting for people to explore. If someone comes into your base, then they can just open doors and explore and stuff. But anyway, hope you find this useful, and I will see you all next time.